Okay, if you're watching this and you have decided that option number 3 is your desired option for a paper, you're going to be a literary critic trying to humor several of your friends with different types of tastes. This is probably the hardest prompt to actually write to because in the end you have to talk about the details and all and evaluate the piece that you're going to be sharing, but you can't say too much or you'll spoil the film. Let's look at the prompt though. You're a literary critic, whether film, text, television, or beyond. You criticize literary creations with passion because your friends rely on you to help them decide which wonderful creations to view and worship next and which ones to avoid. You just discovered 4 of your friends are coming into town next week and they all have different tastes. One likes things which are funny, one prefers serious things, another prefers drama and love, and the final person prefers mystery. Provide a critical review of one film, play, or television show the 5 of you might truly enjoy when you're all together. Providing reassurance through logical thinking that the literary creation you have selected will be a winner for everyone will be tricky because you do not want to spoil the movie, but you will have to sell the movie well enough to make everyone interested in the selection. We know we're working with an analysis essay in this particular situation, again, because it's an evaluation piece. We're evaluating the quality of what it is we're sharing and trying to convince them of the value that we see within it. But before we can start, let's analyze the prompt and find out what clues it gives us about what type of thesis to write. So first things first, we have 4 friends that are coming into town, and they each have different tastes. One likes things that are funny, someone likes something that's serious, we have a romantic, and someone that prefers a mystery. Now you may say, okay, this isn't so bad so far, but remember, you have to find or be able to put together a critical review that indicates that all 5 of you are going to enjoy the film. So it has to play to the interest of all 4 friends and you. Now you may think that that means that you're going to have to provide 5 stages of analysis so that you can hit everybody that's going to see the movie. But remember, you're only trying to convince the 4 friends to see the movie you've selected. You don't need a paragraph within this because you already want to see the movie. You're not convincing you. You're convincing them. And through convincing them, you're also backing up reasons why you yourself like the film. Now, there's one kicker. We do not want to spoil the movie. I mean, think about it. You go see a trailer for a film, it shows you everything that you've seen within the film. How likely are you really to want to go back and see that film? Or sit through it and enjoy it? Or spend any time or money on it? You're probably not, because you're going to know everything. So we have a lot of key bits of info from this. What we do know is that the analysis is going to deeply review the selected piece of cinema, should connect the film to each person's interests, and should not reveal the ending of the movie. So if we're creating our thesis, we must identify the film we've selected, indicate it will appeal to everyone, and avoid revealing too much about the film. A lot of people will find this part right here hard. It indicated it will appeal to everyone, but it's not all that difficult. All you have to do is invoke the adjectives and all that describe, or the terms and all that describe the enjoyment factor that they're going to have with that particular film to indicate that it actually will apply to them. Let me show you. Sample might read, after carefully considering the preferences of the 5 of us, I have decided we should see Apollo 13 because the movie has comedy, suspense, drama, romance, and a serious tone. Within this, I've covered everybody's interests. Yes, I did split drama and romance into 2 separate areas. I feel that I would want to talk about them as separate components, but could you have just called it romance or just called it drama? Sure. That's just a personal preference option and a choice on how you would write the paper. So, there we have a general thesis that does everything we need it to. The thesis reveals all the required pieces. The evaluation in this case is difficult to complete though because you'll have to provide prove each element exists in the film at such a level that the friends know they'll enjoy the piece, but you can't say too much or you're going to spoil it. I mean, just imagine that person that likes comedy, you tell them that, hey, there's this great point in the movie, this is what happens. They're probably not going to laugh as much when the movie hits that point. so you have to be subtle. That's something for a different discussion. So it's time to practice. What I want you to do is log into the course discussion board, select the discussion thread, Evaluation Essay Thesis, and I want you to create a new thread featuring your thesis statement. After you've created that thread and you've posted your thesis statement, if you have any questions or want to have some one-on-one review time, then schedule time to meet with me, either face-to-face, or we can join together via Join Me and Skype and actually work through revising and tweaking your thesis statement if any modifications are needed. I will provide reviews to everybody's discussion post, regardless of whether you schedule one-on-one. The one-on-ones, though, I know for many of you make a lot of difference because it gives you a chance to have that communication back and forth with me until you understand the principles and you feel comfortable with what you're doing. So that option is available to you. And once we finish, we will move on to the next stage, which will be, of course, writing this paper.